men of reasons, you know what I'm saying?
Don't like and subscribe. Welcome back, YouTube, with your man of reasons here, with your host Caleb, Cam here,
Sean here.
We got some lovely ladies for y'all today, and we're gonna let them introduce themselves to y'all. Please and thank you.
Hi, I'm Tressa. Hello, I'm Sadie.
And our topic for today is chivalry dead? And if it is dead, who killed it and why? Somebody start it off.
I think chivalry is dead only because, I mean, it ain't like no super level of appreciation, YouTube, but I think, you know, when you do kind gestures for people and this, and they don't even reciprocate the thought of thank you, then it's kind of like, I mean, it's really not about the thank you, it's just the fact that if I do something kind for you, at least be like, hey, I appreciate it or whatever, or something like that.
You mean like acknowledge it?
Yeah, I guess in a sense. I mean, it ain't even about acknowledging, it's just like, I opened the door for you. You know, it's like, appreciate it. Like, what the fuck? It's so hard to say that.
Do you think in relationships that men are not chivalrous anymore?
I mean, no. You gotta be chivalrous in a relationship
Yeah,
because, like, there's a level of need in a sense, respect type thing. Like, opening the
So
door.
are Bookies and Ray Ray chivalrous?
Hell no.
But then they're the ones that majority getting dates. So
Well, not dates.
Yeah.
Let's
Not dates.
Because I know what I be seeing now.
Oh, no, we see it.
We see it.
We see it.
They be out here.
Sean, you should match energy. We see it.
They be out here. Come on.
I ain't doing this, giving them Capri Suns.
We is different.
That's it.
What do you mean, them little hug cups?
That's it. That's all they giving them. It's Capri Suns, and then they get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
But do y'all think we're just used to it and expect it though?
I mean,
But it's not y'all fault that y'all are.
Yeah.
it
Like-
could be because
like-
it's a thing that even fathers start when they open
You know what
doors
I'm
for their
saying?
daughters. So you already come conditioned and accustomed to it.
Yeah.
So then you already kind of got the level of I know it's happening. I know it's here. I know it's going to be done. So then it's like reciprocation kind of in a sense is thank you is just enough. But nowadays when dudes do it for ladies, open doors or whatever may have you, and they don't kind of get that reciprocation, then it's like.
So do y'all want to thank you every time?
I mean, I don't need it to be honest with you
Yeah.
because when I go through those, I don't hold those. So I mean, I don't care.
You don't hold doors?
I hope, like you're gonna shame me,
I'm
please. Like,
No, I'm asking.
no, you're not. Look,
I'm
I mean,
asking.
I'm
Like-
just messing, but I do hold doors, but I don't be looking for like a thank you. I mean,
Right, but
I just
you
hold
talk-
the
you talk
door
that way.
because that's a nice thing to do. I'm not looking
Yeah.
for
Okay.
appreciation, man. Like I could care less for that. To be honest with you, I just do it because I do.
I'm thinking it's like to a point, especially in relationships now, to where how we're noticing it now, like across the world, it's you're not holding the door for me, or you're not doing kind gestures, or you don't want to pay for my meal, or babe, I'm hungry, send me some money. And guys are no longer doing that now because it is a wave. It's rampant out here now.
It's crazy.
And I'm thinking that
There's a rave of simps too.
Yeah. But then the Simps are doing that though. Simps are still doing that. They're paying for lifestyle. They're paying for bills. They're giving shopping sprees. They're giving trips. But what's crazy to me is like you'll do that for a random person who won't even give you that time attention. As soon as she get the money, she gone. But you still do that though. But it's like the hard working lady or the lady that you could like. Just because she don't want to come back with you to your apartment or some stuff like that, then you feel some type of way. You want to call her name. I don't approve of that either.
I mean, you
Yeah,
ain't gotta be no buzz down like on the first date. No, we're not saying that at all. Like you shouldn't just.
Some people expect that though. Like, come on, let's be for real.
I mean, no. I'm not taking away from the real. I'm not taking away from the realness.
Yes, I got you.
That is
Keep it
absolutely
stacked.
100%.
Men nowadays, Camper, if I take you on a 3-rack shopping spree, I want some cheeks after.
Why don't spend
No,
the
that's
No,
true.
no.
And they will get cussed out, called every name.
No,
Never talk about why I'm spending 3 racks on you in the first place. You have
Thank
no
you.
value
Thank
to
you.
me
First
for
of
me to
all-
spend three
First
racks on you.
First of all,
You don't-
you're nothing to me. So why
Exactly.
am I giving you my bands anyway?
Thank you.
My bands is for me to buy stuff
People
with.
do that,
That's
though.
what it is.
Go ahead.
Why?
Here,
You can, I mean,
tell
but
me
see,
your
it's
perspective.
different when you want to do a nice gesture for a lady.
Like if I'm doing
You know,
something nice
if
for
you,
her.
like if we hang out or we kind of got like some flirtation or light, then yes, you can be sweet and do stuff like that. But just coming out the way of an extra exorbitant amount of gifts,
I mean,
that's
if a man want to do that on a woman, that's his stupidity though.
oh, we let them crash out, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean-
But at the same time,
Cindy, what do you think about that?
That
How
that
do you feel
is.
about it? I would like to know from your perspective.
That is.
Because what are we talking about? We were talking about chivalry. Now we're talking about spending big.
No.
It just kind of enwraps into one. You just kind of gotta roll with it. I'm not even gonna lie.
I feel like when we talk about chivalry, it's not dead, but it's rare. It's rare.
Yes.
And I feel like it roots from the raising that you get, because parents are no longer trickling down to this generation.
Yes.
Right.
Mothers they're present, they're there, but they're not even spending time with their kids. So you're saying, as a daughter, you would see your father open the door. We don't even have fathers no more. So we kind of create our own expectations on a man based on maybe movies, social media. And so we're setting this high expectation of, oh, well, this man got to do this. But a lot of our men don't even have fathers to train them on these things.
That's true, right?
Why are we
That's
expecting
true.
something
Dang, she went and got to the core.
She really did.
But that's real though. That's real though.
Really did,
That sounds like the core root of it all,
really
man.
did, bro.
I mean, I think you made a really good point. It is true. When you don't get shown it, then it's kind of hard to then reciprocate it because you've never been shown it. And the parents, it all starts at home. The first teachers of the culture are the moms, because dad's always kind of at work or doing whatever he normally does. And so when you don't get shown things, it's then kind of hard to reciprocate it in life because it's like, you don't do this? Who do that? I don't do that in my household. So it's, it's like, a differences of opinion when it comes to different people meeting because it's like, I do this because I was shown this.
Right.
I don't do that because didn't nobody tell me to do that in my household. So, I guess we gotta find that middle ground, where we kind of work on it, something like that. So chivalry doesn't be dead but rare,
But I agree with her wholeheartedly because it is rare. Like, how we were taught and raised and grew up is, different from other people.
Yeah.
Like, I have a whole bunch of sisters. You guys have sisters. So, like, I was taught how to treat women by me just being around them all the time. Like, have my uncles come in, in and out, and have my cousins come in and out. But most stuff I learned was from women. So, like, my mom be like, Sean, do this for a lady. Or my sister be like, Sean, do this for a lady. And that's, how I figured out that. And then, of course,
kind of piece it together yourself.
Yeah, like, so I knew it was important to, like, be nice to them and stuff like that. I think it really does stem back from our conversation last week where we talked about, the difference between nice and kind. Like, I learned all those things from women and just, like, being kind to them, but they got distorted with me being nice, but that's a whole different conversation. But I don't think it's dead. I just think it's, like you said, very rare because you got youngest don't know how to treat women. All they see them is
Projects. Projects.
I was about to say because especially
that's a hookup.
Especially how
What?
I think it's to where kids are so absorbent, they're not seeing that regularly, and now you got young ones doing it too. To where it's like, oh, you can open the door, you can open the door for me, and boys looking back like, if you don't open that door yourself.
But at the same time though. And at the same time, because the way you said it was like there's an expectation like you have to. I don't have to do nothing for you. Let's get this straight put. It's a kind gesture to come out your heart for it. But you see how the way you just said it?
Yeah.
Like, you better open it up. Ooh, it's a kind gesture. So then receive it as a kind gesture. So then therefore the happiness and the kindness continues.
But
if I choose to open
it's not her fault that she expect that.
No, of course. That's we set the expectation.
Yeah,
absolutely. But when he doesn't do it, then you don't get to chastise him and look at him crazy like, how dare you not open the door? He don't owe you nothing. Like you don't owe me nothing. Because no one owes anyone anything. So let's get this point blank period.
I get it.
Households is different.
I get it.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just the kind part about it. If they're kind, then reciprocate it. Do unto others you want done on yourself, right?
Yeah.
So then, if that's the basis, then
I get it.
You see what I'm saying?
I get it. So your whole thing is like a little bit of appreciation for the kindness, for the gestures that are going forth with me being chivalrous, because men, like, we want to hear good job. Like, we like
our pats on the back too. We have egos. Yeah, we want to kind of get a little appreciation. There's nothing wrong with that because when you go out there and you strive and you do, yes, you want someone to acknowledge it to a certain degree. Yes, you do. Even though it's for your benefit, so you're acknowledging yourself. Yeah, you want to, oh man, you did it. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little kind thing. And so when like the kindness going around the world, if you just open the door for the lady, you want to say her to say thank you. I say appreciate it. People say I should stop saying appreciate it everywhere and start being like thank you, because there's different settings for different things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when you in the courthouse, thank you.
When you with the homies, you know what I'm saying?
That judge right there.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. You see, so you gotta kind of differentiate the dialogue where you are, but at the same time, a little bit of kindness doesn't hurt, because if you don't, then remember how we were talking about, you create that villain where it's like, you know, now you don't want to do nothing, and now they, you know, you get chastised for it, but it's like a little bit of kindness doesn't hurt. That's all I'm trying to say. Just say thank you. As we say thank you, saying thank you wouldn't hurt. When people sling the door open for me, hey man, you know
what I think is that?
Please, what?
Do unto others as you would like to be done to yourself.
Absolutely.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
Because
That's
I
facts.
feel like with us women, we do expect a man to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be chivalry, whether it be like giving money, like you gotta pay for my time or whatever. But men, they also expecting something. So there's these high expectations that are crossing.
Yeah.
But we are seeming to take away the do unto others as you like to be done. That kindness is not there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It is.
That's a really good point.
So then, but then how do we then get back to the, I know it all stems from the, is chivalry dead, but then if it comes to the do unto others and we do unto ourselves, then where do you find the balance of that? Because people are, I mean, yeah.
Self-perception.
Going out your way and just doing it.
Yeah.
You ain't got to
So
think about it.
continue in the kindness regardless if they do it or not.
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to kill people with
I've
kindness.
heard that plenty of times.
I
That's
heard
hard.
something this week that said treat somebody kindly or be nice to them because that's who you are, not because that's who they are.
That's true.
Wow.
So
I like
you
that.
don't
That's a
treat
real thing.
people based on who they are. You treat people on how you are.
Oh, I like that. Well, y'all want to know something? This is a story. YouTube, y'all know I always got stories in my life. I don't even know why I got so many stories in my life. But one day, and I told Kaylin, I called Kaylin. I was in Jack's. I know y'all, we don't care for Jack's. But, you know, I was in Jack's drive-thru and I was trying to get some food. And the man before me paid for me. And I did not know it. But my thing is, I was like, appreciate it, you know, the appreciate part. But then I was like, you know what? Nah, I ain't. You want to continue it? And I didn't. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna hold it back and like, I did not. And I felt bad for her. But then you wanna know something? A couple days later, right? Me and my brother went to this restaurant. We were trying to get food before we went to the restaurant. And you know, it cost the same exact amount as he did paying for my meal. Wow. And I couldn't get my meal because of them taking so long in the drive-thru. And I was like, really, God? Is this one of those lessons type things that you're doing? Because you like to do lessons to me. But then you know something crazy? A couple days later, I remember I was in the drive-thru and I paid for somebody else's meal because I was thinking it wouldn't hurt to keep the ball rolling because as we all know, it's a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And so the kindness will continue to roll. And so, you know, it's like when I did that, I came back a couple days later to the same restaurant. I don't forget where I ate at, maybe Jack's or whatever. And people continue to do that. You know, like after the next. And you know, then there goes that do unto others as you want done unto yourself. So the kindness continued, but me stopping it, you know, was a hindrance.
Yeah.
And so then I had to learn the lesson later.
Yes, you did.
And then be like, crap, man, I should have.
Yeah.
You should have just rolled with it.
And then look later, I spent the same amount that he spent for me. I don't know. Like to freaking, you know, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't. Lessons. I'm telling y'all, people, lessons are true. Do unto others you want done to yourself. But chivalry shouldn't be rare. It should actually kind of flow.
Be normal.
Yeah.
Yes, be a normal thing. Thank you.
Thing.
As it's supposed to be, but
it shouldn't be something you have to think about.
People are different. Everyone has different life stories. Everyone has different situations, upbringing, stuff like this and that in nature. So I just think we should just go out there with our best interests at heart in the world. Of course, shield yourself from the dangerous and the bad and the people that want to harm. But at the same time, you know, give the kindness to those that are, you know, deserving of it.
Yeah.
Like us, we do right by each other, so then therefore we continue the kindness.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't give your kindness to everyone because everyone will.
Everyone want to appreciate it. Some people will squander it.
Absolutely. That's why chivalry is rare. You know.
Should it come back? Yes.
Yeah.
It should come back.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
No. All right. So changing topic, there was one comment that someone made on one of our posts last week, and he asked traditional versus modern, and I was looking at it like we have always been traditional, and there's nothing really wrong with traditional-based relationships, but now it's different. People want to move differently in relationships, and for me, like say like let's just use an example, like the lion's share of the bills. I would want to take that. Like if we're living, me and my girl are living together, I would want to take the lion's share. And for her, this is just me. Like, don't pay them no mind. I want it to be an option if you would want to have to work or not, if I can afford everything. But don't look at it like it's like manipulative, or I can have my way, or I'm in control. We're not speaking on that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like a good-hearted man who wants to take care of you, them are very, very rare. What do you think about that?
Well, firstly, I'm going to address the initial part when you were saying, you know, out of fear. And everyone comes to, and as we were talking last week, the masking, the fear, the problems, everyone moves in a fearful way to a certain degree, because it's always I would like this if, you know, that's not.
The unknown is scary.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you see, because people are moving with the thought of, it might be bad. You know,
Yeah,
not everyone's putting their good intentions truly forward, because if you say if, then that means there's a hindrance or a problem or a hurt coming with it. You know what I'm saying? So if people moved with true intentions and more faith in the objective, then it wouldn't be so much more if. Right. But
are there too many high expectations in the beginning?
No, there's high expectations because nobody like explains them. Like I'm saying, like nobody sits down and be like, all right, this is what I actually expect, and like whatever fallacies you have going on up in your head, if you don't address it, you're gonna think that it's their job to fulfill your fallacies and fantasies because you never put them down and say, this is what I really want, and they don't know because they're not mind readers, and that's men and women. Like, you don't know what I'm thinking. She won't know what you're thinking if you don't verbalize it, don't say it. Yeah. So we come in with these high expectations, not explaining like what we really want. Then that's why we sometimes end up in crap, because we didn't give it a definitive answer in the beginning.
Yeah, we didn't give it a schematic. Like, I'm this, you're her. We already know what is already going to be done between. You see, the things that are understood don't need to be spoken on. We already got that addressed, but then it's like hey,
but it needs clarification.
No, absolutely clarification. But that's what you have to draw this out. People are coming to each other, and then I have this, and you have this, and so it's like, what do we do? Like, just have the conversation like we spoke on last week. You know, like, why can't we just come to each other in a wholeness and be like, I'm lady, you're man. We already know what basic things that we already know of each other. So why can't we just kind of find that median ground where it's like, hey, let's work together and find some common.
Like, I get it.
What's so wrong with finding the common? We already know what's expected. We already, the hookup, we already see it. Yeah. We already know what's expected of you and of me. Pay your bills. I got it. That's just already, I'm going to help out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you, be sweet to me. Like, we already know these things. Like, I don't understand why people are talking about these things like, it hasn't been done for thousands of years. It's like we're heading into a time of unprecedented answers, and we're just barreling toward it like it's okay. Like, we don't know the schematic.
Remember last week when I sat there and said, people who are brainless and they just follow anything, that's the masses. The masses will follow anything that should make sense to them, and they could be in a detriment season, but if it makes some sense to them, they'll follow it. But they don't even know what's behind it, what they went through, whoever said it out. Like, they don't know where it came from.
That's what I'm saying.
It came from a place of disheartening, but they said, you know what, cool, that sounds smart to me.
Yes, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. You're running into something that you don't know what the end looks like. Yeah. And if people are afraid of the things they don't know,
they should go back to something that they know is certain.
Thank you. Or go do research and then figure out, is this really for me? But people barreling to a future that they do not understand or know what's going on. Of course, no one knows your future. That's not what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying, like, as in, if you haven't seen the results of it or close to it, and you trying all these new things and this and that and the third and 50-50 and all this extra, it's like, how do you think it's going to last down the way? People ain't even having a conversation to get there. When you sit down with somebody, when's the last time you asked them, how you going to be sweet to me or kind? You don't ask that. You ask what they bringing to the table.
Yeah.
Like, how are we supposed to
Messy.
get to the end if we ain't even talking about the conversation in the beginning? Like,
Hold on.
like
No,
make
hold
it
on.
make
You're
sense.
making a good point. Now I want to get the ladies' perspective.
Okay, absolutely.
Right, go.
I'm sorry about
No,
that.
you was right. You
You know what
talking.
I'm saying? We don't even have the real here first,
Yeah,
but
you
you want to talk about the bag in the end. We don't even know how we're going to get
Here,
there.
but let the ladies cook, because I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cooking. Turn your stove down.
I'm sorry, YouTube. I don't like it, but I ain't throwing that though.
No, I agree with that. I think that we live such a fast life. We always see, like, we always want to look at the next step, not noticing that your future is determined based on how you live now. So we're not taking enough time to just self-reflect. And, like, I do a lot of that when I feel like I'm emotionally breaking down, whatever the case is. I'm like, I have to take myself out of myself and look at what's going on in the now. And what do I need to fix? What do I need to improve on? And then maybe that's also a problem because we're always seeing the problem in other people, never in ourselves. So you can be your biggest barrier or whatever.
Or downfall.
Standing in your own
Right,
way.
That can be your
Right.
biggest downfall.
Yeah. So
Self-reflection is good too.
Okay, so what do you think about it then? Give us your thoughts on it.
With all this, it's just like, to me, I just feel like you can be your biggest downfall and things can happen if you just don't sit back and reflect on it. And whether you want to, look at the future, whether you want to do that, that's on you. But it's a lot to take in and it's a lot for somebody to do. But you have to sit down, you have to have that conversation before you move forward with anything. Y'all have to be on one accord to begin with. So that's just what I'm feeling.
Yes, I can agree, but that's what I'm saying. If we don't have the conversation in the
The
beginning,
conversation is very essential.
it is.
Yeah.
Then how can we get to the end?
But I think the conversation is always evolving.
Absolutely.
The conversation starts and it really doesn't stop.
It can't end because
You know what I'm
life is
saying?
always continuing.
Life is always
So
going,
if it's
so-
always advancing and continuing, then the conversation can never end because
Exactly.
you have to always come
but
back.
Always come
Exactly.
back and always sit down and have the conversation. If you're growing, if you're involved, always come back to like, hey, let's just touch on this, let's touch on that. But have that conversation so y'all know moving forward, what do you want to do, where you want to go, stuff like that.
Absolutely. I can say, for instance, I'm like my biggest hindrance because I let myself get in the way sometimes,
We self-sabotage.
Absolutely,
I kid you not, we do.
Absolutely. Well,
I've done it plenty of times.
I would say it ain't self-sabotage, but it's like I choose, you gotta see in third person and look at yourself and see the things that make you up, and it's like, I don't like that, that's not good for me, but then it's up to you to then make the decision and changing yourself.
Yeah.
Thinking some of the things too, though.
You see?
Yes.
And so my thing is like, when you're doing that, you have to then be true to yourself. Like, can I look at me from an objective view and really break down what makes me messed up, and then can I fix that? Can I change it? Can I remove something? And a lot of people aren't serious with themselves. Me, I am, because I'm my harshest critic. Like, hey y'all, Cindy told me about this, trust. But she don't mean it, but at the same time, she's a good person because she know, like, I tell, me and Kayla have conversations.
Yeah.
I know I'm my biggest hindrance in life. I know
I
that.
think we all are. Though.
Yes, absolutely. Well, a lot of people are
Some
going
are
to admit that, though.
harsher on themselves.
Yes,
Yes,
and
yeah.
so my thing is like, I know I can do better. I know I can be better, and I know I should do better. But then my thing is, I let myself get in the way so much that I know what I'm doing. I see that it's happening,
Okay,
but I
well-
choose not to.
Why do you let it get in the way?
Well, I mean, for me,
Where's that stemming from?
stemming from, to be honest with you, I really wouldn't know. It's more like I don't know, to be honest with you. I've never really kind of done the deep dive to see, but I know that what stands in my way is Cam. It's just the light and dark version. And then the dark version wins most of the time, and I shouldn't let him, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's like I let him get away with stuff, but then I shouldn't because Dark Cam has done helped me get through some stuff. You feel me? He done helped me fight off the world sometimes. And so my thing is like, if I cut you down,
What am I have left?
you feel me?
Yeah.
Because he's the one that
I get the
stood.
coat. I get the coat.
You feel me? When the light was
Yeah.
gone,
So
and so
like-
a lot of people have that dark and light about them, but if you choose to not overcome, or you cannot then overcome, then how do you
And that's
then?
what I was gonna say. Well, like, what's stopping you from getting rid of all of it? Like, getting rid of it. What is stopping you?
Me.
Sometimes,
That's what I'm saying. See, because I see it and I know it. Because again, me and Cindy's had this conversation. Kaylin has had this conversation. I've even had it with Sean, y'all. I know it. I see it. And I'm objective enough to look outside of myself. Counselor Cam, y'all. That means the reason why I say Counselor Cam, because there's a bunch of Cams in there, and we all have conversations about why it is the way I am. I think objectively, and I think third person, but then at the same time, it's like trying to think past, present, and future. And we all come to this consensus, you BS. And we know that we BS. And we know that we should do better, but then it's like, do we care though? And you should care. You should care, because if you do care, then you'll want to make the improvements for people around you or for yourself within you. Like our video, how to be better for yourself, for yourself and people around you.
But then, there's another perspective too. It's like battling your demons. Some people have demons that they cannot conquer, but then they don't want to get the help to conquer it either. So now they're looking at it from the outside like this, like a gigantic mountain. Like, I can beat that mountain if I can walk up it, I can battle it, I can win. But then some people, like, the harder things get, because remember, we're humans. We go to the least past resistance. If I can sit here and get away with something and I don't gotta do what's wrong, I'm cool. Like, you like this, I'm straight.
But see, no. I agree with you.
But
this is what. Hold on.
But it's gonna rear its head one day, and when you do, you be ready for that.
You're not.
But no,
I would say take it head forward now. Why not just like deal with it now head on? That's how I am. Like,
I get you, but see. The way you do that, and we're gonna let Kaylin talk because he was trying to.
No, yeah. I was because then I was gonna pass it to Cindy because I'm pretty sure she can speak on this. I'm saying is, say like how we went to therapy. Most people will look at therapy as I'm not crazy. That'd be the first thing.
I am crazy.
Yeah, but you take it from yourself. I'm getting a third world view, and you're thinking you're crazy. It's not that you're crazy, because you're only crazy when you answer yourself. You're not crazy when you talk to yourself. Because sometimes you got to figure out that you're saying.
I was trying to say that before I said Counselor Kane.
Yeah.
Now I look like the lunatic. YouTube, I'm telling you, this is what you do.
Yeah, no, I'm not done.
Okay, like I wish you would have said that, but I just said Counselor Kane. We make sense. Stop playing.
Yeah, because some people are just. Because for me, for instance, there were times where I was scared of my own demons. Because you know what you wrought.
And you bottled it.
Yeah, you know what you allowed in your lifetime. Absolutely. And some people will look at it like, oh, do I want to fight? I can fight it when I'm 30. I can fight it when I'm 45.
If you keep putting it off, you'll never fight it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Why are you putting it off?
But what do you tell folks who are afraid? How can you assure somebody if you deal with this now, you won't ever have to deal with it again?
But they're always going to be taunting you.
You're right.
Your children.
Cindy, what do you think about that?
Yes,
How would you address somebody who had to deal with stuff like that?
Their inner self.
Yeah.
Demons.
I just think we're all so afraid of being vulnerable. Like, we deal with things alone, and even God said, man's not good alone.
Shouldn't be alone. Right.
To have a safe place, you need to have people that you trust to run to, because they will hold you accountable.
Yes.
There's certain things that you even know that it's within you. This is your battle, but nobody's pushing you to fight it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to push yourself. You don't actually fix yourself. You need people that surround you with, that encouragement, that goodness to be like, or even like sometimes I know that I'm dealing with something, but then when somebody says, "Oh, why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Damn, other people see it too."
Well, we got Sean around for that, y'all. Sean is that thing that kind of anchors all of us and like, let's get back together. But
I got my own ankles.
We put this video out a little while ago, and y'all remember YouTube, and I'm telling you, when you get out of your comfort zone, that's when growth begins.
Yes.
That's how you fight the inner you. And but you see, when people aren't putting themselves in an uncomfortable position to fight themselves, to actually grow, to be able to fight themselves, because you can't grow in comfortability. We both know this. We got my story, we got yours, You see what I'm saying? And we all had to take different walks of life, but we got there at the same end. Yeah. We know we have the capacity, we have the brain and the mental. But why do you not? You see? Like I just admitted. I know. I see him. I know I can.
Right now.
I can smite anytime. You
right
see? Because we had this video talk. I could do it. I have the power. But it's like, why? Why do you not? And then my thing is kind of like just put it off like you said, 30, 40, 50, but then after a while, you'll never get to it.
Right.
When you just
but
let
anybody
it go.
knows that good point she made?
Dumb.
To where that other folks can see it too.
Yes.
If something like that is bolstering out of you, then you're at a detriment stage. Like you're at a.
It's a problem.
Like
yes.
I need to get changed now. I need to work now.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, folks, it say like if you don't got no money, you ain't got no motivation, you ain't got no people around you to hold you accountable. Some folks will look at it like, man, I just need me. I got to worry about improving on nobody. And then self-improvement is the key to getting to your best version of yourself. Because you can't be the best version of yourself until you dissect yourself first.
Yeah. Absolutely. You get on the outside of yourself and see all these things that make you up and like, that's bad, that's good, but that's bad.
Okay.
You need to throw that away.
Can I interject here?
Go ahead.
So we pull like y'all saying, we pull all this stuff out and we dissect and like, ooh, all that is terrible.
Yes.
Right? But then who do we go to or what do we go to have that thing like, all right, since this is terrible, what's good? You know what I mean? Like, we pulling out all the bad. If we don't put nothing else good in there, we're just going to keep looking at the bad and be like, that's bad.
Who do we go to?
Yeah.
You can go to your mentors. You go to wise. If you got a wise counsel around you, I say go to your wise counsel. Go to a mentor. Go to, you got counselors. Go to counselors, especially if you're in high school. Go to counselors.
I think you glossing over the big thing, bro.
But
alright, so we're gonna have personal growth. It's always gonna have to start.
I knew you was coming with this
There
answer.
you go.
I knew it.
You knew it was gonna come.
Yeah, I
from,
knew
right?
you was already gonna say it.
I was setting it up like a slingshot.
I'm
You
just
feel
waiting
me?
for you to go ahead.
But no. Like real talk, it is, and like I honestly, for me personally, like that spiritual one is harder than all of them.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the first mountain. Like, alright, I gotta walk up this mountain and deal with all the stuff I really don't want to deal with spiritually first. And then everything else on top of that gets easier. But that big one's that spiritual stuff. They don't have that relationship with God or that connection with Him. It's going to be hella hard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for whatever you believe, but it's going to be mad hard if they don't have that connection with Him. Like, if they ain't got Jesus, it's gonna be mad hard.
Yeah, because I feel like once you do that, everything else trickles in place.
It's gonna make it
It's gonna make it easier.
It'll align as it's
to
supposed to.
understand.
Because then you looking at
You can fight better with that anyway.
exactly. You looking at your bad, his good. Let me replace my bad with his
There
good,
you go.
and then I'll start filling in
Things that
my pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you don't do that, all you gonna look at is like the depths of yourself. Like, all this is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible human being. And it's okay to know that you just trash. It's alright, but you gotta like have something adjacent to it. It's like, okay, I'm trash, but this is really gonna make me better.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest one. Besides, working out ain't that hard. Eating clean ain't that hard. That stuff is compared to the spiritual one.
Yeah.
What?
That's
It's like a
the
glide
hardest
by
one.
for the rest of it.
That's in my opinion. That's the hardest one.
I
'Cause,
agree. I agree from you.
I agree with you.
yeah,
You're not lying. You're not lying. You're telling
that's
me.
the hardest one. So you deal with all that. If we deal with that one, then I think everything else is subsequently easier.
Yeah,
Because
but most people rather go around that one than do all the rest.
Because it's easy. Those are quicker fixes.
it is
They're not
like
easier
Kayla
fixes.
said.
They're
The
quicker.
path. The path.
Yeah.
We take the least path to resistance.
Yes. They're quicker fixes.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm fat and out of shape, I can go to the gym and get shredded. That's fine.
Yeah.
If I'm bad with my money, I can learn how to, you know what I'm saying, get that under control. Spiritually,
You see what I'm saying?
That's a whole journey in itself.
That's a whole different.
Yes.
That's a whole journey.
We'll leave that war for tomorrow. When we
a
get a
whole
fresh
fight.
start. But
That'll be a good one.
yeah.
But I think these are really good ways to, as we said, do unto those you do unto others, and it also relates back to then the chivalry dead, because people aren't working on themselves. They're not doing the inner work first, and if you go out into the world and you haven't done your inner work first, then it's never going to spread to the next because you're too busy fighting your own self. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to spread the kindness that is innately in everyone. People just choose to whether to use it or not.
Yeah.
A lot of hurt people are hurting people now because they don't want to do the work. They don't want to go sit down. They don't want to sit there and tackle what. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna go jump in the next relationship. I'm just gonna go with.
Because it was painful. I don't want to deal with that pain again.
But you gonna be that selfish though?
They're not looking at it like that.
Because they don't look at it like they're the problem.
Right.
Of course.
They on their own ICU. They got their own ICU. This hurt bad.
But I didn't know we were.
I know.
I didn't know we had our PhDs to medically do our own work though. That's crazy to me.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm hurt. This hurt me bad. I don't want no medicine. Do not give me no inoculate. You ain't finna shoot me with nothing.
Yeah.
I'm finna take these gauze, put it right here,
Patch
and
it up.
keep going.
And keep going about my day.
Because I'm not finna deal with none of this pain. I don't want it to ever come back up again.
Continue to hurt worse.
They not thinking
No,
of.
it is.
I know what you're saying is absolutely true and right, but they're not thinking about it in that context.
Yes.
They just want
That's
whatever.
an easy fix.
They want the easy fix. Whatever's gonna make this pain stop the quickest. That's what I want.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
want you to actually fix it.
If I can bury it fast enough, it'll go away.
If
First,
I forget about it,
yeah. The first way to fix it is admitting you have one.
Thank you.
And then you gotta be third person, like I said.
yeah.
And then look on the outside, inside, like you are one messed up individual.
Yeah.
But see, people don't do that. Not a lot of people can see
Self-reflection.
objectively to that degree where it's like, maybe I am the issue. No.
Yeah.
It's you.
No, it's your fault.
You're the issue.
But see,
Why we
people-
want to be tough, but we not tough? Like, why do we
Girl,
want to act
yes.
like, okay, let's patch this up, we good, we go, we going.
Mm-hmm.
But you
But they're
are breaking
not.
down inside and with
Your engine light been on.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the toughness is you actually working on the problem.
Yeah.
should
That's
got
where
that
you
oil
get
change a
stronger.
long time
Yeah,
ago.
because little by little, you're just breaking down on the inside, and you're destroying nobody but yourself.
But that's
It's
what
a
I'm saying.
process.
That's what I'm saying. You're not doing the inner work by looking and seeing the problem.
I
Go
would
back.
rather do the work and permanently be better than temporarily fix something I know is not going to be fixed.
'Cause you can patch a tie, but it's gonna get the hole
Thank
again.
you.
That's
Go back to what
crazy.
just Cindy said. She said,
That's crazy.
She said, why do we want to be tough if we're not tough? How we are. We can sit here and be vulnerable around each other.
But
But-
the reason why we do is because it's a safe place.
No,
Right.
but
We've
again,
been in the making long time.
but Campers, right now,
Long
I'm
time.
gonna say a whole fact. A lot of men don't got safe places.
But
But then a lot of women don't got safe places either, where they can confide in somebody.
That is
absolutely.
And it's like, oh, why are you crying? Oh, why are you like you okay?
Yeah. Why you hurt?
Because
But-
some people get told it's like, oh, suck it up, go pray about it, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then that's not the right way to tackle something though. But they get told that.
But see, the reason why we can is because of the fact that we've been in the grind so long when we were nothing. It's because of the fact that we formed the lion pack or the wolf pack that we can do this.
Right.
We seen each other at nothing and we went through everything, so that's why we can be our safe place when needed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, attaching girlfriends and this can't do the
Yeah,
same thing,
yeah.
but it's because we created it. We found a group of like-minded individuals that think the same, want to go to the same place, want to be like the same in the end, different ways or whatever. But that's the reason why. We created the thing that's safest for us. People aren't thinking of forming themselves around people that are like them. That you got the corrupts, you got the talking too much, you got the backstabbers, the liars, the deceit. You see what I'm saying? You're surrounding yourself with pieces. If chess is such an important game, you're losing because every move matters.
Mm-hmm.
We surround ourselves with pieces that is going to protect one another.
Because
We didn't let horsemen stand in front of kings. We didn't do that. I'm not calling myself king.
Yeah.
I'm not, we don't judge and how people label themselves, but we put pieces there that are going to stand the test of time. And people are not putting pieces around them that do that. When Sean was down, we was there. When I was down, y'all were there. When Mike was down, you see what I'm saying? We fell upon one another. You have to do that, but if people don't go search out people that have their best interest, and then your best interest within them for you, then how are you gonna, do better if you ain't got nobody to look at you? We hold ourselves accountable.
yeah, but you can take that from a daily thing though. If I'm around individuals that either getting money fast, got women, got this, it'd be crazy for me to show weakness in front of them because they'll look at you like, no, let me
I got
cook.
you. I got you. I got something for that. I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
it.
because if I stand in front of you and it's like we're talking about this, or I'm talking to you about business, and if I sit there and show emotion to you, and if you're as hard as you are, or you got whatever kind of lifestyle, you're gonna look at me like nigga, what's wrong with you? You're gonna think that.
Absolutely.
But with us, we can sit there and show that kind of emotion, but we're like, hey bro, let me pick you up. Most men, they'll sit there and be like, oh, with their boys, it's like, hey man, da 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 da. And be like, man, what you crying for, boy?
Hold on. I got you. But see, this is the thing. That's the difference between us and them. We did not base our group on superficial things.
You're right.
We never did. It was never about the cause and this. It was brothers first.
Yeah.
Can you be there when I can't stand for me?
Absolutely.
That's the reason why we can do what we do.
Like I love y'all.
Yes.
Like
so now you know what I need you to do.
I think justly we would die for one another, but they won't. You see, that's the difference. You based off of things that ain't gonna last in the end. Yeah. This gonna last because we didn't base it off that in the beginning.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? That's what makes us different.
Yeah, like y'all not my friends because I can choose friends.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Y'all my friends because I love y'all.
Yeah, because we wanted to be brothers. That's what I'm saying. We got love for one another. That's what we base it on. We surround ourselves with guys that got the same interests and the best interest at heart.
Right.
You're just. I get the money. I get the fame. I want cars too. I like nice stuff, but I'm saying though, when you base it on that, it can't last always because if someone's not moving at the same pace as you.
Nothing can try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
See, when you're not moving at the same pace and he ain't making the same bread, you're going to cut him off. See, you base it on something that can't last. Because people move at different paces. But when you base it on something that matters in the end, like us, like when Jesus had his 3, now that's the difference. Because they seen him in the real and they still was with him because Jesus said, y'all can still be with me. But the other ones, they can't stand. You see what I'm saying?
They can't see you at your vulnerable.
We are different because we show those things.
You're right.
And if other men and other women surround themselves with people that got their best interests at heart, now we can have a difference in society and changes. And people can come together and kindness can be different. But we don't do that. We don't even start at the beginning. Surround yourself with the best people possible. You see what I'm saying? No, that's what I'm saying. I know we understand it, but I'm trying to make them understand it. That's what I'm saying.
Because they're living superficial lives.
Yes, you're following social media. Social media don't matter.
That's how it.
When you in trouble and you need someone to call to get you out of jail, and they ain't with you, then they was never gonna. They should have never been there in the first place.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
what I'm saying. You have to have folks in your corner that will die for you. If they die for you, then that's a real one. And I'm not saying that. You know, everyone's gonna be to the same magnitude that I'm trying to express. But I'm telling y'all, when I say we all been down and we all seen the low, but when you stand there with them, then you can see who's there for you and who's you see, like, it's simple stuff. We don't have to explain this, but it starts at the home.
It does.
It starts at the home. We were told to surround ourselves with people that are like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
And we sought that because we wanted to be surrounded upon that. We didn't want the fame and the glory, and I mean, that's cool in the long run, yeah, whatever, but we sought the thing that gonna meld it together, that holds it together.
You're right.
I didn't come to you or Sean and like, y'all got a nice whip, you my butt. No. It's because I know for a fact that in your heart, my best interest is in there. Just like for you, you know, vice versa. I'm sorry, my words is kind of jacked up. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Individuals need to do those things. And if we do that, then kindness can spread because there's a difference. You know, you got people to hold you accountable. They want to push you in the right direction. That's when you're messed up and you don't want to do better. Now you got other people that can hold you accountable to want to push you to be better because they can see the potential in you that you're not trying to reach. This one does that for me, y'all. She be pushing me. You know, she really does. And sometimes I can't stand it. I don't care for it, but at the same time, she has my best interest at heart. He do, she do, he do. You see what I'm saying? You got to surround yourself with people that want to see the best for you and vice versa. It can't be one-sided because then you're a leech. You shouldn't stand in that group. It shouldn't. You can't stand in that group. It needs to be even across the board. Why am I doing all the talking? Y'all need the help.
You taking it.
But I'm just saying that's the fundamentals that we're forgetting
because
people don't want to.
People don't want to sit there and have to go look. Remember, we take the leap of resistance. Why would I want to go see somebody who's a good person, who got good morals, who got good ethics? And if I can sit here and be around someone who's like, hey, you know what it is? Look, you like women, I like women. Let's go get women together.
I mean, but we not kids no more.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But
We done grown up past that.
No, hey, we know old folks who are still acting like children. Come on, let's make this real.
Oh no, we never said it's okay. No, we never said it's okay.
But no, you can't just sit there and say age is a factor. Because I can sit there and say an 80-year-old should not be like hysterically crying because of something.
I say maturity.
No, it's all about maturity.
Maturity, yes.
Surround yourself with mature people. That's what matters now.
Absolutely.
But a lot of folks are not mature no more. It's just hey. Yeah, I don't know about you and all the extra stuff, I don't care for you, and then you sit there and say some BS or whatever, and then stuff just be unraveling.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's just how it effectively goes now.
Do y'all have anything to put on it, ladies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just spin the block back to chivalry. I feel like you just answered the question, Kim. How do we bring chivalry back? That same passion you just had for your brothers. That's where we need that foundation.
Yes.
Not the high expectations. It's I got you. You said that a lot when it came to your brothers. Come with that same energy in that relationship.
Yeah,
I got you.
I can agree.
Not what do you have for me?
I can agree
with that.
Well,
I do.
what, you got anything to add on?
I agree with her.
You agree?
Yes.
100%? Okay. Well,
Hopefully that y'all enjoyed this episode. Y'all enjoyed this segment. These ladies, y'all were wonderful. Cindy, thank you for coming on. Tessa for coming on as well.
y'all real ones, don't ever let them tell you differently.
Yeah.
Stop playing with them.
we do, many reasons we do appreciate y'all. You know, even though y'all don't want to put y'all links down in the comments, people, they gonna still love y'all and everything like that.
Don't y'all be thirst trapping out there.
Yeah. Shut up.
But anyway, in a real
Don't worry
sense,
about that. We are just that one off.
yeah, but like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe.
Like and subscribe for sure. But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely. You know,
saying?
shout
Happy
out
Mother's
baby.
Day to y'all.
You got a mom. You appreciate her. Let her know.
Yes.
For real. Keep it 100.
You love her unconditionally too.
Facts.
Keep her close.
I think we had a good segment. I think many reasons we out. Peace.